manipulating, in the right sense, energy of the environment through my body and affecting a person's body and his energy system. How? I take into the consideration these particular patterns of thinking and systems where what must have been affected, how through the emotions, and what problems, and those problems, how they work, where it is. Now this particular table can show you. Like, we have the chakras, the Muladhara is on adrenals. So if there is any problem regarding that area, I know straight away that everything has to do with this particular chakra, and of course balancing the others with specific care to that. Then anything about sexual problems, I know it is about the sacral chakra. That way, pancreas, I know. Pancreas is related to anger also. We'll talk about that. Pineal and pituitary glands. And that how it is related, I break down everything into 7 distinct chakras and interrelating them, balancing them. Then, which level of we have? We start from the physical body, basic level at the first chakra. The emotional body is the sacral chakra. And now these have their own bandwidths. They have different bands too, like the spectrum in colors. And even it's not spread like this, it's spread as a round oval shape and different layers of that. Each layer affected or related to one particular chakra. The mental body, the astral body, the etheric body, celestial body, and the etheric body. I work from the physical, emotion, mental, thereby affecting the astral and all the others. And our great Maharshis and Brahmarishis, they have reached the areas where they are able to see the etheric body or the celestial body and the etheric body. It all starts from this side. Then, as I said, self-preservation, the first chakra. I have talked about all that. See, now, grounding, where do we stand, survival, self-esteem. If these problems are there, I take care with the root chakra. And this is such a simple thing, we don't need millions of breakdowns into exactly what problem and how it works. I know if I correct the root, it will reach. This leaf is down, I don't need to go to that particular leaf and repair it and then find out which nerves. I know at the root I have to do this, it will reach there. Because it's energy, and it is the energy system of the most intelligent part of ourselves, which we are not aware of, that our subconscious mind or subconscious intelligence or the body intelligence, which has its own miraculous healing powers and systems of survival. Then all this I do, and then let me come to one part. This I have spoken about. All this, yes. When these chakras are overactive or underactive, now these are the symptoms. When it is overactive, you have obesity, sluggishness, constipation, monotony, then hoarding, materialistic, greed, and frequently getting ill. These are to do with the root chakra. The root chakra's relation with everything. If one problem is there, there must be some other problem related to that. And then if the sacral chakra is working more than it should, then the person is more emotional, or you can call impulsive in nature, and one-to-one relationships and all these will be disturbed. They will be having sexual problems. then they'll be having like sexual addictions. If you are taking a rapist to the jail, will not stop him from doing that mentally, but treating him on this chakra will stop him doing that, because his energy system is changed. His mind also will change, because those things which tell his mind to think in a particular way, they change. His perceptions change. If you don't perceive something as something, if your perception is different, then you will start thinking in a different way. So this is where energy medicine starts working. Then power, solar plexus. And now when it is overactive, the person is expressing power more than he should be. Like in my family, we believe that my father should first have his own say, and I'll tell no, I'll speak first. It's like going overriding his particular power status. Or in society, what we see in the streets, Gundaism or whatever, all the social problems are with this, dominating and then not taking responsibility, blaming others, being aggressive, and then scattered energies, overactive, and these kind of people whose sacral chakra is overactive, they have ulcers and all kinds of boils and everything related to heat, burns, and all this. And their thought process is also reactive in this particular way. Is somebody dominating me, or I am feeling dominated? His interactions change, his body responds that way. And everything related to ulcers or ulceric kinds of things, boils, everything happens due to this. From his thoughts, how he thinks, perceives things, his body starts reacting. I take care of the solar plexus, it starts, the ulcer goes away, the thoughts go away, and everything related to that, they start getting balanced. This is how the energy medicine people have started working. Then the heart chakra. When the heart chakra is overactive, codependency, poor boundaries, as they say. This is one part where the society has a lot of problems. People try to or tend to not keep their own lines drawn by others, or common lines on which they should act. And then possessiveness. Possessiveness is simply you want to possess something, it is your right over it, nobody else has the right. When it becomes about people, then everybody has the right to their own self. You cannot possess anybody. And by doing that, again, when you do possessiveness, even your sacral chakra problems come. Possessiveness, again, it's power, domination. Again, because of that, your root chakra starts suffering, because it's the survival instinct that you need your own space or your own identity, what you want, what you need, everything. So this is how they all interact with each other. And then if you have high blood pressure and everything related to the heart, people are generally predicted as you will have a heart attack very soon, like that. Then high blood pressure, heart attacks, they be jealous, like that. Then we have throat chakra. If it is a bit overactive, then people tend to talk a bit loudly, expressing more than what their system needs to, or how I talk at a volume where the people on the streets listen, then I have an overactive throat chakra. Or expressing something in an exaggerated way, saying more about it. I have a small cut and I'm like, oh, this one is like this, and because of this happens. And I imagine it also and express it. Expression, now it comes to two different levels. Expression is not only to the outside, it's to the inside, what I tell myself. And how I make my world, or how I relate to something, how I express it to myself, then it goes out. Okay, how I express it to, how I intend to express it to others. So excessive talking it becomes, and when somebody talks excess, the amount of time to listen automatically shortens, and inability to listen, they don't listen correctly. They have ear problems. They won't be able to listen when people talk in a very normal manner. Now, listening again comes, they are so focused on their own expression that if somebody is expressing his or her problems or whatever, something, communication is coming in and they are not able to receive it. The receiving end of the communication is so weak because of this overactive chakra. Hearing problems, stuttering, they have 5-6 words coming at a time. Before one finishes, the second is overlapping. He wants to say 10 things. Stuttering and all, this happens. Then you have a gland over there, thyroid. The thyroid is affected. Then we have basic expressions like, oh, that person is a pain in the neck. Or, now again expression, let me just get into this. We say, उसने मेरे पीठ पे छुरा मारा, stabbed me in the back. Or, कमर टूट गया. By describing, and how we describe things is something where the body literally listens to what we say. मेरे कंधे टूट गए और मेरा कमर टूट गया. Maybe we are referring to the same person. One tells कि ये मेरे कंधे पे बहुत बोझ है, and one day you ask him, how are you? He'll tell me कंधे में दर्द हो रहा है. Literally he'll have pain in his shoulder. और ये तो मेरा घुटना टिक गया. And all those people have knee problems. How you talk, express to yourself and to others, the body listens, and it's like, okay, this is the image I get, knee problem. Okay. You start developing knee problem. And just by changing the way you speak out or you express, like it has been found out throughout the world that parents who have asked their children, don't tell lies, their children tell more lies, because lies, that is something coming into focus. And people who say the truth, their children have spoken the truth. So, how this happens? Now again, the brain, neuro-linguistic programming that we do to ourselves or to others. So these expressions are very important, how we express. Like if you ask somebody what do you want, and they say, it's a very common example what I am giving, but see how important it is, how it relates to this energy. And they are like, I don't want some place where people will be like this. I don't want somebody who is doing like this. I don't want this. I don't want a red color car. I don't want a black color door. What do you want? You are not focusing on that. What you don't want. Now I tell you, there is no elephant over here. There is no truck. And I'll draw an elephant. I'll tell you, this elephant is not there. If it would have been, it would be like this. And you just think, it is surprising that elephants cannot be yellow. And you'll see the yellow color on the elephant. So the mind perceives in images. We think in images mostly. Most people are visual, that's why. We mostly think in images, and thoughts, they are one after the other. They come one after the other. Because they are just like images. And memory is also what, like we have, what stays in memory. Now what the system thinks I need to keep in memory, it keeps that. Rest all is deleted and or is converted into, it's just like computer formats. It converts that man. Like I will think about this gentleman who is sitting here. The man with specs sitting in front of me. Now one part of my brain, okay, specs. Second, color of the shirt. That way. Or if I remember my friend, then, my friend who is bald.